Hey girl, hey, and welcome to your daily yoga practice for flexibility. We're going to get started in our seated cross-leg position, also known as Sukhasana. Bringing the hands to the knees and sitting up nice and tall, roll those shoulders back as we take a few centering breaths here. Nice deep inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth, deep inhale through the nose, and exhale through the mouth. One more time, inhaling through the nose, and exhaling through the mouth. On that next inhale, you're going to open up those eyes and begin with some shoulder shrugs. As you inhale, lift your shoulders up and roll them back a few times. Always remember to breathe deeply as you take these rolls. So inhale as you lift up and exhaling down. When you find your shoulders down, go ahead and switch directions. So as you inhale, lift the shoulders up, and as you exhale, roll them forward a few times. Finishing off that last shoulder shrug. On your next inhale, you're going to reach the arms up towards the sky, gaze at the hands. And as you exhale, bring that left hand down for a neck stretch. So the right hand is going to come to the opposite side of the head as you gently pull your head over towards your right shoulder. Breathe deeply here for a few more breaths. And on your next exhale, go ahead and release, switching to the opposite side. So right hand comes down and left hand comes up and over, gently pulling your head towards your left shoulder. A few more deep breaths here. On your next exhale, release your neck stretch. And on your inhale, reach both arms up towards the sky, gaze at the hands. And as you exhale, take a seated twist over towards your right side. So left hand comes to the knee and right hand comes back behind you. Gaze just over your shoulder. Going into a seated side stretch now, you're going to keep your left hand on your knee. Right arm is going to reach up and over towards your left side as you breathe here and feel the sensation of your side lengthening. Take a deep breath in, and as you exhale to release, reach both arms up towards the sky and make your way into your seated twist on the opposite side. Right hand comes to the knee and left hand comes back behind you. Gaze just over the shoulder here for just a few breaths. On your next exhale, make your way into your seated side stretch, keeping your right hand on your knee and lifting that left arm up and over towards your right side. And remember to breathe through the nose, deep inhales and long exhales. As you exhale, release, reaching both arms up towards the sky. Take a deep breath in and exhale, hands to heart center. Make your way into tabletop position for a few rounds of cat-cow. Beginning with cow pose, you're going to inhale, drop the belly down, lift head and tailbone up. Exhale for cat, chin to chest, drawing the belly in as you round the back. Inhaling for cow and exhaling for cat. Take a few more rounds of cat-cow at your own pace, synchronizing your breath with your movement. Finishing off that last round of cat-cows, you're going to make your way into your down dog. So walk those hands up a little bit, tuck your toes and lift your hips up for your down dog as you draw your heels down towards the mat. Go ahead and begin to walk your dog by lifting one heel up at a time. Finishing your down dog walks, you're going to lower your heels back down to the mat. And as you inhale, you're going to gaze between the hands. Step that right foot forward as you exhale for lizard lunge, bringing that back knee down. And your hands are going to come inside of that front foot. Option to take this a little bit deeper by bringing your forearms down to some blocks or onto your mat. Or you can simply stay where you are, breathing here for a few more breaths. Take one last deep breath in here, and as you exhale to release, come back onto your hands and take the right hand outside of the front foot as we make our way into an extended pyramid. So you'll tuck the toes of that back leg to lift up. Deep breath in. Exhale, lift those hips up a little bit higher to straighten that front leg and lift the toes off the mat as you draw your chest down towards your front leg. Breathe deeply here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. As you exhale, sink those hips back down, and then you're going to step that right foot back and step the left foot forward to switch to the other side for your lizard lunge. So hands come inside of that front leg, and remember, you could either bring your forearms down to some blocks or the mat if you'd like to get a little bit deeper in this stretch. Breathe deeply here for a few more breaths. And on your next exhale, release, lifting back up onto the hands as we make our way back into that pyramid pose on the opposite side. So left hand comes outside of that front foot, tuck the toes of that back leg, deep breath in, lifting the hips up, and as you exhale, straightening that front leg as you draw your chest down towards that front leg. One last deep breath in here. And as you exhale to release, sink the hips back down. And then we're going to walk our hands around to the long edge of the mat for a wide-legged forward fold. So toes are going to point forward, hands on the mat or the blocks. Take a deep breath in, lengthening through your spine. And as you exhale, you can fold it forward, drawing your chest closer towards your thighs, and either resting your forearms on some blocks or the mat. Breathe deeply here and feel the sensation of your hamstrings lengthening. On your next inhale, you're going to lift up halfway, coming back onto your hands, and then make your way into a twist. So right hand comes down, left arm reaches up towards the sky. Breathe deeply here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. As you exhale, release, bringing that top hand back down to the mat, switching to the opposite side, and then the right arm reaches up towards the sky. Breathing here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. As you exhale to release, bring that top hand back down to the mat and make your way into your yogi squat by heel toeing the feet in just a little bit wider than hip distance. And as you exhale, you'll lower those hips down and either rest them on top of some blocks for a modification or just simply sinking them down. Hands will come to heart center and elbows will gently press into the knees as you ground down here. If you're not on blocks, you can gently rock side to side. Finishing off that last rock, come back to center, take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, lift the hips up, heel toe the feet in, and then step them to the side to make your way down to your mat for a seated head to knee pose. Start with the right leg extended and the left sole of the foot at your inner thigh, taking the right hand to the right leg. As you take a deep breath in, exhale, take a twist by extending that left arm out. Inhale, reach it up and over for your side stretch. And then as you exhale, release, coming back into your twist. Deep breath in as you reach it up and over. Exhale, lift it up, take your twist. Inhale, reaching it up and over. Holding here now for a few breaths. And you have the option to take that bottom arm and rest it on a block if you'd like. Take one more breath in here, and as you exhale to release, reach both arms up towards the sky, turn the torso towards the leg, deep breath in, and as you exhale, fold it forward, either reaching for your shin, your ankle, or your foot, and breathe deeply here for a few breaths. And on your next exhale, go ahead and release and switch to the opposite side. So left leg extends and right sole of the foot comes towards that inner thigh. Taking your left hand to the leg, we'll take our folds to twists. So big breath in as you open it up, right arm extends. Inhale, reach it up and over, side stretch. Inhale, twist. Exhale, fold it over. Inhale, twist one more time. Exhale, fold it over, holding here for a few breaths. Take one more breath in, and as you exhale to release, once again, turning your torso towards your leg, deep breath in. Exhale, go ahead and fold it forward. Once again, reaching for either your shin, your ankle, or your foot. On your next exhale, go ahead and release and walk your hands back to lift yourself back up to a seated position. We're going to bring both soles of the feet to the mat now to lower ourselves on our back for a reclined pigeon pose. So starting off on that right side, you're going to extend that right leg up towards the sky and bring your right ankle to your left knee. As you inhale, you're going to lift that left leg off the mat and reach the right hand through and the left hand around to gently pull that thigh towards your chest. On your next exhale, go ahead and release, lowering your left foot back down to the mat and then switching to the opposite side. So left leg extends, left ankle comes to the right knee. Deep breath in as you reach the arms through and around, gently pulling that right thigh towards your chest. And remember to focus on the breath, deep inhales and long exhales to keep you calm and steady here. Take one last deep breath in here, and as you exhale, release. We'll make our way into our final pose, which is Shavasana. So extending both legs out and then releasing the arms out towards the sides, palms facing up. Allow yourself to fully rest here. Let your breathing return to normal and allow your body to absorb the benefits of this practice. Knowing that you showed up to this practice and what you did was enough. You are enough. Spend a few more moments here, and when it's time, I will slowly guide you out. Take your time and be gentle with yourself as you slowly begin to bring movement back into your body by wiggling your fingers and your toes. Gently rock your head side to side, circling out the ankles and the wrists, and then switching directions of the circling of the ankles and the wrists. Reach the arms up overhead and point through the toes for one final stretch. And as you exhale, release those arms back down by your sides. Bring one sole of the foot at a time back to the mat, and then make your way onto your side, coming back up to your seated cross-leg position. Bringing the hands to heart center, I want to take this moment now to say thank you for joining me for this daily flexibility yoga practice, and also say thank you to yourself for showing up on your mat, moving your body, breathing deeply, and working on your flexibility today. I know it's not always an easy task to show up for yourself, but today you did that, and you should be proud of yourself. If you enjoyed this practice, then please let me know by giving it a thumbs up and share in the comments if you're feeling a little bit more flexible after this practice. With that being said, I'll see you in the next one.